My sister Donna. What do you say about Donna Veater? She was the life of the party. She walked into a room, she demanded all of the attention to be on her. She was loud and obnoxious and hilarious, and everybody loved and wanted to be around her. She was just that person that like could love everybody and everybody loved her. She was good at everything except like musical abilities, but sports, she basketball. She's known for basketball. She could palm 2 basketballs in junior high. She played for the University of Utah. She was an amazing, amazing basketball player. She could play volleyball. She could climb and jump. And I mean, she could do anything. She could play poker with the guys and have good poker face. She'd win and then laugh at everybody. At the 4th of July in Salina, and the grease pole, they would have their team and she would be the climber. And one year they got the ribbon at the top. And of course they did, because she probably climbed up everybody and then like jumped for the rest and got it, because she just could do anything. She was just like so talented. Could not sing for the life of her, but she was so talented. To know her is to love her. At Big O, when she was running the store, every customer loved Donna Veater. She could sell anything that she wanted to sell because everybody loved her and they trusted her. And she just like made everybody feel like they were at home. And she was so funny, making everybody laugh all the time. And she didn't mind getting dirty. It was fine, no problem. She could meet everybody wherever they were at. And that was always something so special about her. She had like 0 judgment in her bones, never judged anybody. Another thing about Donna is, while she was a tomboy and she was all sports and all, those things, when she had her long, gorgeous hair, she felt, and she would use this word, sexy. And she would strut her stuff and probably do something embarrassing like fall in the process, but like she would strut her stuff. And then she would take such pride in when she would curl her hair. She loved curling her hair. And she would always tell me that her curls looked better than mine, and she was just so proud of her hair when she had her long, beautiful hair. It was thick and brown, and she loved to curl it. And I would always make fun of her because she was such a tomboy, and I would tell her, oh, I know how to do it better than you, but she just knew that she was sexy. She always called me Amber Dawn. And I think to this day, I call people their first and middle names because of her. I can hear her voice in my head. I don't think I will ever forget the way she would say, Amber Dawn. Amber Dawn. Oh, I can't wait to hear that again. The thing with her is she was kind of in and out a lot. And there was one day that I was young, maybe like 5 or 6, and she came and she took me shopping because I think she thought that's what sisters did. And neither one of us were super girly and we didn't know how to shop, but she took us shopping one day and we got matching outfits. And it was so cool to spend that day with her and do that. This is working at Big O. You can see her hugs. Like when she hugged you, she really, really hugged you. And it felt like, I always say it felt like her arms wrapped around you twice, because her hugs were just so full of energy and they were so genuine, and she loved so hard. I have a couple memories looking back, and my favorites of her were, one, the day that my dad got remarried was a really hard day for me, and I was crying in a bathroom stall, and I didn't think anyone realized that I was gone, and I was like hiding, and she came into the bathroom and she cleared everybody out. And she said, there was some people in there trying to help me or whatever, but she said, I'm her sister. I'm going to take care of her. And she cleared out the bathroom and she noticed I was gone, and she was there. The other time that I have grown to really have a gratitude for is the day that I graduated high school. She had been gone for a while. She struggled with addiction, and when she was not doing well, she tended to stay away. She didn't want us to see her like that. I think she didn't want to scare us. But the day I graduated high school, she came. And I remember that night, I was embarrassed to have her there because she didn't really have hair and she was really skinny. And people asked me, like, does your sister have cancer? And I told them yes, because it was an easier explanation. So I was embarrassed that night. But as the years have passed and I've thought about it more and I've come to understand her better and love her better, I have learned that for her to show up that night in the condition she was in, that shows how much she loved me. She wanted to be there. She was proud of me and she wanted to be there. And she wanted me to know that was her way of showing me that she loved me, was showing up in that condition. And I'm really grateful now, looking back. Another thing is, there was one Christmas where we would do our secret pals. You draw names, and whoever you get, that's who you get a gift for. And one year she had me, and she got me these earrings. They're these little diamond earrings, and she was so excited because she wanted me to know that they were real diamonds and they weren't gonna infect my ears. They were real. And to this day, I've never gotten an ear infection from them. I believe her. And it was just so important to her that day, that night, that I knew that these were real. I don't know what she would have done to get these, but it was important to her that she got me something special. And I'll never forget that. The last time I saw her, she had gotten a loft above John's Verizon shop in Payson, and she was so proud of it. She was so proud of this loft, and she was struggling with addiction at the time. But she was so gung-ho on wanting to get better and wanting to clean up her apartment and make it nice. And the last thing that I remember having a conversation with her about was, it was me and my mom were there with her, and she was asking us to come back and help her paint and clean it up and make it homey. And we said that we would. And I have always felt a little guilty about that because I told her I would, but I actually had no intentions of actually doing it because I was mad at her and I didn't really believe her that she was gonna get clean. And so it was just easier to not think about it. And I wish I would have. She ended up dying not much longer after that, maybe a year or two. And I remember I got the call from John. It was 2013, it was February, and I was in Utah and I was visiting a friend, and I had my friend's newborn baby on my chest. And John called me, and I hadn't gotten calls from him very often, so I answered, and it was just a short call. He just said, I hadn't heard from Donna in a couple of days, so I had one of my guys go check on her, and she's dead, and I need you to tell the family. And my heart dropped. Nobody wants to get that call. And
I drove home the next day. We had her funeral, and I made her the video for her funeral. That was really important to me that I got to do that for her. And over the years, I've processed a lot around her because she struggled with addiction my whole life, and she was in and she was out, and you know, there was anger and disappointment and frustration. And also I loved her and I needed her and I loved when she was around, especially when she was healthy. And throughout the years of her being gone, I've really come to understand her better. And I felt her around so much. I know that she is way more than what her drug addiction was. She is kind, and she loves so deeply, and she's hilarious, and she's talented, and she's all these things that are good, and all these things that the world needs and needed. And I wish that she could have been here longer and that she could have gotten healthy, because I think the world was better with her in it, despite her struggles. When I was getting married, I felt her around so strongly. I remember when I was trying on my wedding dress, she was there in spirit. I could feel it. And then it just so happened to be that the owner of the bridal shop was like this woman that knew her. And she ended up doing all of my alterations for free because she loved Donna so much. And that was like Donna's way of being there and giving me this gift. And then with every single pregnancy, I was always so sad that she wasn't there, because I wanted her to be there to hold my babies. I wanted her to love them and to wrap her arms around them twice. And there was a time where Francisco said that Cash, he was just a baby, and he was sleeping in his room. And he was like dead asleep, sleeping. But then Francisco was walking by, and all of a sudden he heard Cash like laughing. And then after he was laughing, he just went back to sleep. And Francisco just had this like overwhelming, like, oh, Aunt Donna's in here, like making you laugh. And she's here. She's here. And I've felt her throughout my life since she's passed away. Like, I think she knew that she was in and out when she was here. And so now that she's more capable, more able, she's really shown herself and been more, she's just been here. And I think that she wants me to know how much she loves me and how proud of me she is. And a lot of her friends have told me throughout the years, like, Donna loved you so much and she was so proud of you. And I never understood that when they would tell me. But over the years of processing it and thinking, it's really, really, like, I understand it now. And I know that she loved me, and I miss her. And if there were one person, if I could pick one person to see today, right now, and have dinner with, it would be her in a heartbeat. And I cannot wait to get that hug from her. She wraps her arms around me twice. I can't wait to hear her laugh. I can't wait to hear her try to sing. And it's gonna be the best reunion. I cannot wait to see her with a perfect body, healthy and strong, with a full head of hair. Oh, I can't wait. It's gonna be amazing. I miss my sister.